What do UConn Huskies, the San Antonio Spurs, and a surprising rise to NBA stardom have in common? Meet Stephon Castle.
Hey, it's Garrett here, feeling pumped to dive into this topic today.
And I'm Leah, excited to explore the journey of an impressive athlete on laid-back learning with Leah and Garrett.
All right, let's set the stage for this one. We're talking Stephon Castle, a guard who went from high school standout to UConn champion to a top 4 pick and then immediately became a force with the San Antonio Spurs.
UConn Huskies are the University of Connecticut's men's basketball team, known for defense, guard play, and banners, and the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA franchise famous for legends like Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Castle's path really threads those worlds together.
Let me paint the picture for you. First time I ever saw a college game live, I was in this old arena where the seats kind of creaked every time people jumped to celebrate. I remember a guard on a fast break, head up, reading the floor, then snapping a pass that hit a shooter right in the pocket. The whole place popped at once. It felt like catching a gust of wind on a roller coaster. Your stomach drops, then you're just grinning. Watching Stephon Castle gives me that same feeling. He's got this calm but attacking vibe. He'll guard your best guy, then push the pace and make the right read without forcing it. You know when you're woodworking and the grain lines up just right and the cut slides smooth? That's his game flow. Discovering a player like that in college, then seeing him take off in the NBA, is the best part of following hoops. You spot the signs early, and when it clicks for real, you're like, yeah, that checks out.
I love that. Real talk. That moment when potential becomes proof is so satisfying. And Castle's arc is exactly that. From Newton High School in Covington, Georgia, to UConn's national title run, then Rookie of the Year in the NBA. That's a lot of creaky seat jumps in one young career.
So who is Stephon Castle, in simple terms? He's an American professional basketball player, a two-way guard for the Spurs, drafted 4th overall in 2024. In his first NBA season, he averaged 14.7 points and won Rookie of the Year, then leveled up in year 2 to 16.7 points with bigger assist numbers and some monster all-around games.
His journey's a roller coaster where the drops are big achievements. High school stardom at Newton, a commitment to UConn, a national championship in 2024, and then San Antonio picks him in the top 5. For anyone new to the term, a lottery pick just means one of the top selections in the NBA draft. Those are usually the most coveted prospects.
And his role has always been more than just getting buckets. Think of a lead guitarist who can also handle the rhythm parts. Castle scores, sets up teammates, and defends. That balance is what teams pay attention to because it wins in the margins.
Let's open the book on the early years. Castle grew up in Covington, Georgia, and played at Newton High School for the Rams. As a sophomore, he was already versatile. Around 13.8 points, 5.2 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and over 2 steals per game while shooting 41% from 3. That's efficiency and defense, even at a young age.
Then junior year, he bumps to about 16.6 points with more boards and playmaking, and by senior year, he's basically doing a bit of everything. Around 20 points, nearly 10 rebounds, almost 5 assists, plus steals and blocks. That's the blueprint of a two-way guard who can control a game's tempo.
And that consistency under pressure helped Newton make multiple Georgia Class 7A quarterfinals, big stage for high school hoops. His senior dominance earned him a spot in the McDonald's All-American Game, which is the top national all-star showcase for high school players.
Here's where family shows up in the story. His parents are Quannette and Stacy Castle, with siblings Stacy and Quentin. The support system is strong. Stacy, his dad, actually played college ball and, get this, was a Wake Forest teammate of Tim Duncan in 1993 to 1994. Tim Duncan is a Spurs Hall of Famer and 5-time NBA champion. That's a wild historical thread.
Why does that matter, though? It's a cool fact, but what's the weight of it for Stephon?
It's symbolic more than causal. It connects Castle to Spurs lore before he ever wore the jersey. When you arrive in San Antonio, a franchise defined by big man excellence and high IQ guard play, That Duncan link becomes part of your narrative. And now Castle is thriving alongside Victor Wembanyama, the Spurs' generational big man and former #1 pick. It's like the past and future shaking hands.
That through line is poetic, and I like that his dad's experience gave him a steady compass. When you're a teenager fielding big-time attention, family perspective is a guardrail that keeps the road straight.
Totally. It set him up to handle late high school hype, the McDonald's game, and eventually big college and NBA stages without getting rattled.
Switching gears just a little, Castle committed to UConn during his junior year of high school in November 2021. UConn is a guard-friendly place with a defense-first heartbeat. That fit matters because role clarity speeds up development.
And he wasn't crowned as a 5-star right away. Early on, many services had him as a 4-star, which means very good, but not yet in that elite tier. By the end of his senior season, after sustained dominance, he rose to consensus 5-star status. That late climb says scouts started valuing his two-way game over just scoring totals.
He also played for Team USA's Under-18 squad at the FIBA Americas Championship in 2022. For anyone new to FIBA, it's the International Basketball Federation with slightly different rules and a more physical, structured style. He averaged modest numbers but won gold, and that experience traveling and competing under different systems is huge.
Why does that style help a guard like him?
Because it tightens timing. In FIBA sets, you learn to make quick reads, take smart angles on defense, and handle contact. That translates when possessions get tense in March Madness or the NBA playoffs, where every cut and closeout counts.
Then comes UConn in 2023 to 24. He played 34 games, started most of them, and put up around 11 points, 5 boards, and 3 assists on strong 2-point efficiency. Not a flamethrower from 3 yet, but impact isn't just threes. He defended, slashed, and made the extra pass on a title team.
And the Huskies won the national championship in 2024. That's a top-tier credential. After that, he declared for the NBA draft in April 2024, striking while the iron was hot, which just means capitalizing on perfect timing.
Here's where it gets really interesting. In June 2024, the Spurs took him 4th overall. San Antonio saw the fit next to Victor Wembanyama right away, a big guard who can defend, pass, and grow into a reliable shooter. He signed in early July and jumped into Summer League, showing flashes with rebounds and playmaking from the guard spot.
Rookie year, he averages roughly 15 points with over 4 assists, plays 81 games, and picks up Rookie of the Month for January and again for March. He even reached the final round of the NBA Slam Dunk Contest. That's the All-Star Weekend showcase for creativity and vertical pop. Mac McClung, a high-flying guard known for ridiculous hops, edged him in the final.
Then comes the hardware. He won Rookie of the Year in late April 2025 and landed all-rookie first team in May. That's confirmation from voters that his impact wasn't just hype, it showed up in winning and consistency.
And sophomore season is the leap, around 16.7 points, 7.4 assists, 5.3 rebounds, with improved shooting. He's orchestrating more, not just finishing plays. That's when the triple-doubles start stacking. For anyone new, a triple-double is at least 10 in 3 categories, usually points, rebounds, and assists.
In November 2025, he got his first triple-double, and Wembanyama got one in the same game too. They became the first Spurs teammates ever to do that together, and only the 5th duo in NBA history with both hitting 20-plus point triple-doubles in a single game. That's rare air.
Then in February 2026, he detonated for a 40-point triple-double against Dallas. David Robinson, by the way, is a Spurs Hall of Famer and former MVP. Castle became only the 2nd Spur after Robinson to record a 40-point triple-double. That's select company.
He added more triple-doubles in March 2026, including one against the Nuggets and another versus the Bucks, showing it wasn't a one-off. That's pattern, not accident.
And in the 2026 playoffs, in Game 3 against the Trailblazers, he scored 33 with 5 assists, while teammate Dylan Harper, a young guard prospect and scorer, added 27. They joined Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, 2 former MVP-level NBA stars, as the only duos to each score 24-25-plus in a playoff game at age 21 or younger. That's a statement for a young core.
And to cap it, the Spurs reached the NBA Finals in 2026. Castle's reputation as a winner keeps stacking. High school success, NCAA title, then deep NBA run. That's pretty cool, right?
Okay, let's move on to one detail that always sparks debate: the timing of Castle's rise from a 4-star to a 5-star recruit. Some services bumped him earlier, some later. The question is, how much does that timing actually matter?
I think timing matters for exposure. Earlier 5-star status can invite bigger national schedules, top-tier camps, and TV games, which snowball into more reps under pressure. That said, Castle proved it regardless, so in his case, the timing didn't block the outcome. He still became a top 5 pick.
I hear that, but I lean the other way. For players with steady families and good coaching, the star label feels like a lagging indicator. It follows the growth. If evaluators take a beat to catch up, the right player just keeps improving. Castle's senior year dominance forced consensus, which tells me the process eventually worked.
Why do you think the services disagree on timing, though?
Different scouting cycles. Some outlets update after national camps or all-star events. Others weigh high school season tape more heavily, and sample size matters. If you catch him on a weekend where he's defending all 5 positions and diming up teammates, you bump him sooner. If you miss that stretch, the move comes later. It's not a broken system, just a staggered one.
Fair. The key is the endpoint. He landed as a consensus 5-star and played like it at UConn, then at an even higher level in the NBA. The evaluations converged with reality.
Quick pop culture thread. McDonald's All-American Game selection is almost like a pop pass into basketball celebrity for high schoolers. It puts you shoulder to shoulder with future college and NBA stars. That moment amplifies your name overnight.
And the slam dunk contest, even as a runner-up to Mac McClung, matters for public persona. It shows flair. It's a national stage for creativity. For a player mostly praised for defense and playmaking, it says, hey, the bounce is real too.
What if Castle had chosen Auburn instead of UConn? Auburn is a strong SEC program with a high-tempo identity and NBA-level athletes cycling through. Do you think the path changes?
I think he still goes high in the draft because the tools pop anywhere, but the timing of a national title matters. At UConn, he proved he could defend, share, and win on the biggest stage, which sharpened his evaluations. Auburn might have showcased more on-ball creation and pace, but without the exact same March platform.
So the film would look a bit different, but the strengths, size in the backcourt, switchable defense, playmaking, still rise to the top. I could see minor shifts in draft slot based on team needs, but the overall arc toward early impact probably survives.
Yeah, and once he lands in an NBA system that values length, decision-making, and defensive buy-in, the trajectory we're seeing, triple-doubles, award buzz, deep playoff run, feels very repeatable. Maybe the Spurs' synergy with Wembanyama is unique, but another star big could have unlocked similar reads. Stay curious and keep exploring. There's always more to learn.
Thanks for joining us on Laid Back Learning with Leah and Garrett. Until next time.